Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our research channel. Today, we have an intriguing topic to discuss: supply chain vulnerability. Disruptions stemming from the Israel-Palestine conflict. Specifically, we'll delve into its impacts on key industries such as electronics and agriculture. Importance of research topic. Why is this research important? Well, global supply chains are the backbone of our interconnected world. They ensure that products we rely on daily, from smartphones to food, reach our hands efficiently. But, as we've seen, disruptions can be devastating. In recent years, the Israel-Palestine conflict has caused disturbances in these chains, making it vital to understand its vulnerabilities. Real-world examples. Let's look at a couple of real-world examples. In 2014, during the Israel-Gaza conflict, the disruption in Gaza caused delays in the shipment of electronics components, affecting companies like Apple and Samsung. Agriculture is equally vulnerable. The conflict impacts the import and export of goods, affecting food security and prices around the world. Chapter 1, Introduction. Now, let's talk about how to draft Chapter 1 Introduction. This is the foundation of your research. Chapter 1 typically includes an introduction to the research topic, the research problem statement, research significance, research questions, research objectives, and the research rationale. It provides a comprehensive overview of the study's context and purpose. Research problem. The research problem could be something like: how does the Israel-Palestine conflict disrupt global supply chains in the electronics and agriculture industries? Research significance. The significance lies in understanding how these disruptions affect economies, businesses, and people's daily lives globally. Research questions. Here are 3 sample research questions. What are the key vulnerabilities in the electronics supply chain due to the Israel-Palestine conflict? How does the agriculture industry respond to disruptions caused by the conflict? What strategies can be implemented to mitigate the impact of these disruptions? Research objectives. Sample research objectives. To identify the key vulnerabilities in the electronics supply chain. To assess the impact of Israel-Palestine conflict disruptions on the agriculture industry. To propose strategies for supply chain resilience. Research rationale. The rationale might be: this research is crucial because understanding the vulnerabilities and potential solutions can help governments and businesses safeguard their supply chains. Chapter 2 Literature Review. Moving on to Chapter 2 Literature Review. Chapter 2, the Literature Review, comprises a comprehensive review of existing literature related to the research topic, including subtopics, theories, and models used in previous research. It also identifies gaps in the literature, highlighting areas where the current study aims to contribute new knowledge. Suitable subtopics. Subtopics could include global supply chain vulnerability, Israel-Palestine conflict impact, electronics industry supply chains, and agriculture industry supply chains. Theories and models. Theories and models you can adopt include resilience theory and value chain analysis. For example, value chain analysis can help identify weaknesses in the supply chain and develop strategies for improvement. Literature gap. In your literature review, it's essential to identify gaps in existing research. For instance, you may find that while there is extensive literature on global supply chain vulnerability, there's limited research specifically on the Israel-Palestine conflict's impact. Chapter 3 Methodology. Chapter 3 Methodology is crucial for designing your research approach. Chapter 3, the methodology, outlines the research design, including the chosen research philosophy, approach, and strategy, along with a conceptual framework. It also discusses the selected data analysis method, ethical considerations, and any limitations and delimitations of the research. Conceptual framework. A suitable conceptual framework might involve 3 independent variables, e.g., conflict severity, industry type, geographical location, and 1 dependent variable, supply chain disruption severity. Research philosophy. Pragmatism can be a suitable research philosophy for this type of research, as it allows for a balanced approach between quantitative and qualitative data. Research approach. An inductive approach can be beneficial since it allows you to build theory from the data you collect. Research strategy. For this research, a case study strategy can be valuable as it allows you to dive deep into specific instances of supply chain disruptions. Data analysis method. The choice between quantitative and qualitative analysis depends on your data. For instance, you might use quantitative analysis for assessing supply chain disruptions' economic impact and qualitative analysis for understanding the experiences of businesses affected by the conflict. Ethical considerations. Ethical considerations are essential. For example, ensure informed consent when interviewing business owners affected by supply chain disruptions. Limitations and delimitations. Acknowledge potential limitations, such as data availability and access to conflict-affected areas. Chapter 4 Data Analysis. Chapter 4, the Data Analysis, focuses on the analysis and interpretation of the data collected during the research, adhering to the chosen methodology. It presents findings, answers research questions, and draws conclusions based on the data analysis. Chapter 4 Data Analysis builds upon the recommendations from your methodology. Quantitative analysis. For quantitative analysis, you may need a sample size of at least 100 supply chain disruption cases to draw statistically significant conclusions. Qualitative analysis. In qualitative analysis, a sample size of 15-20 interviews with affected businesses may provide a comprehensive understanding of their experiences. Chapter 5 Conclusion. The conclusion chapter ties everything together. It's where you summarize your findings, answer your research questions, and offer insights into the implications of your study. In conclusion, this study has demonstrated that disruptions in global supply chains due to the Israel-Palestine conflict have far-reaching impacts on both the electronics and agriculture industries. The findings underscore the importance of proactive risk management strategies, diplomatic efforts, and supply chain diversification to mitigate vulnerabilities and ensure the resilience of these crucial industries. Recommendation. Recommendations are essential for guiding future actions. Here, you suggest strategies to mitigate the impact of Israel-Palestine conflict disruptions on supply chains. For instance, recommend that businesses diversify suppliers and consider risk assessments. Suggest that governments facilitate diplomatic solutions to reduce the conflict's impact. Suggestions for future research. Future research could focus on assessing the effectiveness of proposed strategies, studying the impact of other geopolitical conflicts, or analyzing supply chain disruptions in different industries. And that concludes our guide on structuring your research on supply chain vulnerabilities stemming from the Israel-Palestine conflict. Remember, a well-structured and thorough study in this area can have real-world impacts on businesses, economies, and everyday life. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to like and subscribe for more research content.